Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your Rune Elemental reading for the week of March 8th through the 14th of 2026. These are general readings, so take what works for you, leave the rest for somebody else. And if you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description. It's not sponsored, it's just informative, and you can check that out. And it's a natal interpretation with a Merlin report based 12 houses with all the little signs and symbols, and then there's 10 to 20 page description of what all that means. So if you're interested, you can check that out. With that, we will get started with our fire family, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you're Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have fire high up in your chart, this one is for you. Your first rune is the Fehu rune, which is a color of light red. Tarot association is the Tower, and astrology is Aries, so this is fire energy. Good luck, success, fertility, and harmony. We're looking at an energy this week that's setting you up to succeed, fire. You're getting ready to move into some kind of new environment. There's some new energy coming in. It could be something simple as like a new project. You're starting a new craft project, but there's this energy of a new beginning that's coming forward, and it's really wanting you to dive in and enjoy this new experience. And your second rune is the Thurazaz, which is the god of strength rune. Colors bright red. Tarot association is the Emperor. Astrology is Mars, still in fire. Protection, someone providing help or good news coming in. So when we look at these two runes together, you really are in a position where there's something new happening. You're protected from a lot of outside influences, and that's allowing fire to really blossom under this. You also have the strength to move forward. You have Aries and Mars, both very strong fire energies, coming in to support you and push you towards your goals. The thing with Aries is it tends to fire up and then fizzle, so you want to make sure you get your staying power in there, and that's where that Mars energy, yes, it may be a Mars, the warring god, but with the Emperor, it's also a long-term energy. This is where you get your stability for whatever it is you're starting here, and it could be some family thing, like a new one on the way type stuff, or it could be something even more simple as like a new business venture or starting that new writing project you've been working on. But you're in this energy of creation. You're in this energy of let's get things moving, let's get excited about stuff. So fire, you're definitely in an upbeat energy this week. So let's check in with Earth. Earth covers the zodiac of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And Earth, you are starting off with the Gibo rune, or the Gabo rune, which is the rune of blessings and generosity. Colors deep blue. Tarot association is the Lovers, and astrology is Pisces. So Earth, you're working with water this week. Gifts, generosity, giving, people coming together, and relationships going deeper. This is just really there's not a way to read this rune negatively. It's very positive, very upbeat. It's a time where Earth really just gets to shine. Good things are coming in. You're giving good things out. You've got this cycle of gifting and receiving. So Earth, you're doing really, the vibe right here is really strong and very much in the positive oriented. So if there's something that you've been contemplating, something you've been trying to decide when would be the good time to do this, this is the week where the green lights are going to start showing up for you. Your second rune for Earth is the Algiz rune, which is a rune of protection. Color is gold. Tarot association is the Moon, and astrology is Cancer, still working with water. Signifies protection from danger, resisting temptations, and new beginnings. This is, again, you get the same kind of vibe check that Fire's getting here. This is the time where you get to go explore. You're protected from a lot of things. That doesn't mean to go do, too risky stuff, but you're protected from a lot of the normal pitfalls that might come up with starting a business, the normal pitfalls that might come up with proposing to that person, the nervousness, your tongue tripping over itself, things like that but you're in this energy of giving and receiving. You're protected from a lot of others' negativity. And so even if you tried stuff before and you had that squawky over on the corner, oh, I can't believe Earth is really going to try that this week, they're going to choke on their own words. So you don't have to hear them. So it's really a good time for Earth to branch out, explore, and see what's new out there, and see if there's something that you've been wanting, and ask the universe this week to really kind of bring that in so you can enjoy that energy more. So let's hop over to air, which covers the zodiac of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Air, well, you have the Hagalaz rune, which is the rune of hail. Color is light blue, terror association is the world, and astrology is Aquarius. So this is working with your energy. It's unexpected setbacks or problems, letting things go with the flow, and disruptive natural events. Hagalaz is not one of the friendly runes. It generally comes up when there's something that has been in the works to bring a karmic balance, to do maybe even a reality check if you vibes. But this is a week where you're going to notice that things may not be moving as fast as they normally did, or there may be more roadblocks than normal. That is nothing. There's not really much you can fight with this. It's the energy that's coming up is this is karma resetting a balance. So fighting it's not going to be easy or worth the time. So just allow yourself to see what's happening, flow with it, and ride the wave, because it's not gonna last forever, but it's definitely a time for redressing some things. Your second rune is the Laguz rune, which is the rune of water. Color is deep green. Tarot association is the star, and astrology is the moon, so you're working with some water energy here. Unconscious intuition, mystery, psychic awareness, hidden sources of creativity. So air, you're having an interesting week here because you're being challenged. This is not a week where air just gets to float on by and do whatever. Not this week. You are going to be pushed. You're going to be challenged. It's time for you to kind of step up a little bit in the mental and emotional state. But the blessing is you have Laguz coming in to say, work with the more gentle emotional energies, going with the flow, finding a new path. Something is shifting for you because it's necessary to do. This is not something you've wanted to do. It is necessary. And that's where it may not be the easiest week for our air family, but it's because the universe is looking out for you in the best way possible, saying, air, things have been going well, which is great, but you're getting almost too comfortable with it, and it's time to shake things up a bit. It's time to remember your challenged state, because when you are challenged, air, just like with water, you find a new path. You run into a roadblock, you figure out a way around it. You overcome obstacles, and it generally makes you stronger. So that's what's coming up for you this week. This is a necessary thing. It doesn't have to be pleasant, though, unfortunately. Let's take a peek at our water family, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our fishies out there. And water, we are starting you off with... Actually, we're starting off with your own energy again. Eowaz, which is also called the rune of the yew tree. Color is dark blue. Tarot association is the Hanged Man, and astrology is Scorpio. Protection, a time of death and rebirth. Foresight and perseverance. Water, you're the one who's kind of alerting others to problems coming in this week. What I'm feeling is you're kind of the... What's the word? They're not showing me the word they're showing me. Like you're riding a horse, you're proclaiming that there's a problem, there's something coming in. You're the one who is alerting people to situations that are coming. You're the one who's alerting those to the information that they need to hear, but they're not ready for or not willing to understand. But this is where you get to be the one who sees the greater picture. You see this world in a grander pattern. And so water, this week, you're definitely tapping into your Scorpio energy because you will not be dissuaded. You're going to do this no matter what. and you're kind of a little bit of that fire starting to peek through in this point. So you are protected from a lot of things. Doesn't mean overstep, but there is this energy where you are being called to call out the things that are not working, call out to the things that are needing to be fixed. So your second rune is the Anzus rune, which is the ancestral or the god Odin, wisdom, which is perfect. Color is dark blue, tarot association is death, and astrology is Mercury. Water, this week is one where you're going to be shining in one way, but you're not going to be the life of the party. People are not going to like you that much. Just kind of the vibe I'm getting here. We have signifies wisdom, help from someone older, magic, psychic powers, initiation, which are all water energies. And when we look at these two energies together, we have the Hanged Man and death. We have I just completely blanked, sorry. Eowaz and Anzus. So we're looking at the energies of, it is time to fix something, water. And what's interesting, I'm getting this vibe that this is not your problem personally. You've been brought into a situation. You're stepping up to fix it, is what I'm hearing. And like I said, we both have energies of death and rebirth, and you have wisdom being called forth. Odin is not like this friendly deity. He's pretty hostile in a lot of ways, but we also are looking at his knowledge. He sacrificed literally one of his eyes to gain knowledge and wisdom. And water, you've sacrificed for other things. So you are in a situation where you have gained knowledge, wisdom, and experience. What I'm seeing here is you may not like the path that that is being laid out, but this week you're putting on your warrior phase, Scorpio. The death card. You're putting on the warrior because you are going to end an error that you had nothing really to do with, but it's time to fix it. And you're the one who's stepping up to do so, which is not water's traditional role. But when water decides to make a move, the rest of the elements tend to listen, because water carries the heart of the ocean with it, and not much stands against that. So this whole week, fire, earth, you guys are doing great. You are in like cloud 9. Enjoy where you're at. Air, stay grounded. This week is going to have some challenges for you, and you're going to work with your water family, and water could be actually defending air, and that's where this death and hanged man energy is coming in for our water, is you have to step up and protect the air family. So see how that plays out for you, because water and air have an interesting week, and there's a bond that's I'm sensing there. So see how that works. With that, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.